Good afternoon, people. Just a short video demonstrating how to test glow plugs, brand new ones, whether if they're okay or not before you put them on the car. The multimeter set on ohms mode. These are for a BMW E90 330 2008 model. So it's a 6-cylinder engine, so I've got a pack of 6 basically. The reading should be below 1 ohms. So let's take them out. That's what they look like. Be careful when you're changing them, because a lot of time corrosion sort of builds up within this in the head, and you know, people eventually end up snapping them. So do take caution with that. But coming back onto this, let's focus on the test. Get the multimeter a bit close. Black probe here, red probe on this side. So we've got 0.7 ohms. Okay, so we're quite satisfied that this is fine, and rest assured that this is a working glow plug, because the trouble is, brand new stuff out of box can be faulty. There's no guarantee of that. So by doing what I'm doing here, it eliminates any possibilities of it being faulty. Second one. And that's reading at 0.6, which is within its range basically. The fourth one. Just wait for it to settle down a little bit. Okay, so that's within its range as well. Ideally, the glow plug should be changed every, say, 60,000 miles. But people are quite frightened to replace them because of this snapping business, basically. Plus, with the BMW E90, you've got to take the inlet manifold off, and a lot of bits and bobs to even get access to the glow plug, basically. So it's not a straightforward job. It can be done. It's not rocket science, but there's a lot of element of time involved in doing. Okay, so that the fourth one is within range, 0.6 ohm. So it's below 1 ohm. Let's try the fifth one. Let it wait for it to settle down. Yep, so that's within range. And we will check the final one. These are original BOSCH glow plug, and I'm left baffled that it's the first time I've ordered these in. That there's so much information for you to validate that if these are legit. There's so many seals around the packaging that you've got to cut through to try and get to this, basically. And quite obviously the laser edging printing here, which are BOSCH and everything, because you've got to be careful. Fakes are always around on the internet, especially eBay. So how do you know that you're buying this? Now what they've done is they've put a little tag number here, and you go onto the website. It says check at www.protect.bosch.com, and you type in this serial numbers, and it'll show you whether it'll tell you if it's a valid, if it's one of the authentic glow plug. Anyway, let's check the final one. And that's within range as well. So brilliant. I have to give thumbs up for a company on the internet who sold these to me for a pack of 6 for £48, just under 50 quid. Absolutely awesome. Main agent would cost an arm and a leg, probably about 30 quid or something like that per glow plug. The cheapest from one of the local retailers would be in the region of £20 a glow plug, basically. But to get 6 for £49, I think it's bargain, basically. Absolutely bargain. So I'll put them back in the box and just going to wait out for a decent day. Oops, almost dropped that then. I've got quite a bit of maintenance coming up on a vehicle, so we will deal with that accordingly. So yeah, that's how you test your glow plugs, brand new ones. Do test them before you put them in the car, because what you don't want to do is go through all that work, stripping it apart, putting the original ones or the new ones on, and then you find out one of the cylinders misfiring, which means that you've got to take everything out. You know, just don't get carried away with it being a new part, that it's not going to give out any faults. Basically, it shouldn't do. That's the theory, but the possibilities are endless, so do check them before you put them on. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention. Oh, of course, yes. Okay, very important that you do not put... It's recommended... Let me get one of the glow plugs out. Okay, and maybe I can explain it a little bit better while the product is on my hand. Okay, so the thread... There's a lot of issues about them cross-threading, seizing up and things like that. Whatever you do, do not use copper grease on them. Absolutely a must no. What you want to use is silicon grease, basically. Non-conductive silicon grease. The one I have, I believe, that I might be able to get away with is Ceratec. Let me find this tub for you, which I use on the back of the braking pads. And that doesn't have any metallic or metal compounds in it. Basically, it's just a gel, and that should help after another 50,000-60,000 when it's due for replacement, for it to sort of not to seize up, basically. So I'd definitely put a nice layer on and then tighten it. Also, bear in mind there is the guidelines. I've got to find out what the recommended torque is when you tighten them up as well. So you don't want to be over tightening. I do have a proper torque wrench here, a digital torque wrench. I believe it's round about 15 Newton meters of torque, basically, that goes on when you tighten them up. But I do need to cross-reference that. I was hoping that there'd be some information in the actual pack, but I may have to sort of refer to the BOSCH website or my car manufacturer's website and confirm what the recommended torque is, basically, because I did have a look on the internet and they were talking about around about 15, but a little bit sad that there's no information in the box. Let me see if there's anything on the back. No, there isn't anything on the back, so I'll have to sort of approach this a little bit differently. But yeah, I think it's around about 15 Newton meters of torque that needs to go in when you're tightening them up. And when you undo them, I wish I can do a video, but it's just too much of a messing around, basically, because of being in one-man show. If it's tight, clockwise, just to turn clockwise, so as if you're tightening it, and then you sort of undo it slowly, go and nice, easy with it, basically. Don't rush and don't put too much force on it. You will snap them, basically. Now, ideally, the way I'll be approaching this is to sort of let these use WD-40, let them soak overnight. Following day, I would put a bit more WD-40 on, and then start loosening them. And once I've loosened them slightly, I'm going to put a bit more WD-40 and let it soak for about an hour, until I make the final attempt to take them off. Because what you don't want to do is snap them off. If you snap them off, the problem is that you'll have the top of the head. It needs to come off before you can sort of get this taken out. Or if you've got a very specialized tool that you can take the snapped glow plug out, then that's an alternative way of doing it. So anyway, that's all, guys. Have a great day. All the best, and stay well, stay safe. Bye for now.